As we discussed in the last chapter, elements are the pure substance that cannot be broken down into a simpler substance. This is the periodic table that lists all the elements. The symbol of an element, it can have one letter like you see in the case of hydrogen, or two letters like you see in the case of lithium, Li. If it is one letter, then it has to be uppercase. If it is two letters, then the first one has to be uppercase and the second one has to be lowercase. Uh, Elements here, they can be classified as metals, non-metals, metalloids. So again, let's look at the this periodic table. Uh, Most of the metals are labeled green in color, and they are on the left side of the periodic table. If you see, these are the metals and they are on the left side of the periodic table. Non-metals are the ones that are blue in color. They are on the right side of the periodic table. There is only one non-metal, hydrogen, that is on the left side of the periodic table. And in between these elements that are labeled green in yellow in color, seven elements: boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, and astatine. These elements are metalloids. So, metals on the left side, most of the metals are solid except mercury, which is a liquid. Non-metals on the right side, except hydrogen, which is on the left side. Non-metals are liquids or gases. Now, there are the carbon non-metal is a solid. This bromine non-metal is a liquid, and all these are gases. Metals are shiny, non-metals are dull in color, metalloids are kind of grayish. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity, and metalloids are semiconductors. Since the properties of metalloids are in between metals and non-metals, that's why they are placed between metals and non-metals in the periodic table. Now, another classification is that if you look at the periodic table, the vertical columns are known as groups. So these are the vertical columns, and these horizontal rows are known as periods. Horizontal rows are periods, and these vertical columns are groups. The first column is known as 1A group. The second column here, 2A. So, and this column, the here is 3A, 4th A, 5th A, 6th A, 7th A, and 8th A group. This is the first period, second period, third period, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh period. And these are the horizontal rows. Now, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth day, these big columns, they are also known as main group elements. So your first A to eighth A group elements are known as main group elements. In between these short columns here, they are known as transition elements, and here these two separate rows here, they are known as inner transition elements. In these two separate rows, the first row is known as lanthanide and the second one is known as actinide. Um, Another classification is that these two big columns here, these are known as S block elements. So your first A and second A group, they are known as S block. From third A to eighth A group, third A to eighth A group, they are known as P block elements. There is one element here on this side which is helium, that is still S block. Then in between these short columns, these are known as D block elements, and here these two separate rows, these are known as F block elements. There are some specific names for some of the groups. For example, this first A group elements are also known as alkali metals. We do not call hydrogen as an alkali metal because remember, hydrogen is a non-metal. These second A group elements, this is the second A group, these are known as alkaline earth metals. Seventh A group here, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, these are known as halogens. And the last group here, which is the 8th A group, these are known as noble gases or inert gases or rare gases. So now based on what we covered so far, you should be able to answer these questions. For example, the very first one is hydrogen. What's the symbol? H. Is it a metal, non-metal or metalloid? It's a non-metal. It's in the first A group. They are S block. S and P together are known as main group elements. So it's a main group element. And is there any particular group name? No, because even though it's in the first A group and the first A group elements are known as alkali metals, but hydrogen is not a metal. So next is helium. Helium is here. Helium is a non-metal. Even though it's on this side and these all are P block, but helium is S block, main group. Any specific group name? Yes, these are noble gases. Lithium Li here, it's a metal. It's S block, main group, and yes, it has a specific name. These are known as alkali metals. Try barium, boron, chlorine and francium. Barium is here. This is barium. Boron is here. Chlorine is, there's chlorine here. Chromium. So let's discuss chromium. Chromium is here, Cr. It's labeled as green, so it's a metal. In between these short columns, they are D block. And these are transition elements. And there is no specific name. So these are S, P, D and F.